Beyond the Blue, 10 fascinating facts about Everton's Goodison Park. Goodison Park, the hallowed ground of Everton Football Club, is more than just a stadium. It's a living, breathing museum of football history. For over 130 years, the grand old lady has witnessed countless moments of glory, heartbreak, and sheer passion from the Toffees faithful. But beyond the roars and the rattle of the Gwality Street lies a captivating tapestry of intricate details and historical significance. Here are 10 fascinating facts that might just change the way you see Goodison Park. Pioneering vision. Goodison was one of the first purpose-built football grounds in England, opening in 1892. This was a monumental step, moving away from playing on public parks and setting the standard for future stadium development. A temporary home. Believe it or not, Everton originally played at Anfield. A dispute over rent led them to cross Stanley Park and establish their home at Goodison. Prior to forming their own club, Liverpool, John Holding was directly involved with Everton. He owned the land on which Anfield stood, and he was initially a supporter of the Toffees. In the late 1880s, Everton were a growing force in English football, attracting large crowds and building a reputation for exciting play. They initially played at Priory Road, but the noise from the games caused complaints, leading to a search for a new home. Holding stepped in, offering them a lease to play at Anfield. Initially, the arrangement worked well. Everton grew in stature, even winning the league championship there in 1891. However, cracks began to appear in the relationship between the club and Holding. The central issue was money. Holding, as the landlord, increased the rent for Anfield, a decision that didn't sit well with the Everton board. They saw it as an attempt to profit excessively from the club's success. Furthermore, Holding wanted greater control over the club's affairs, specifically the management of the ground and its surroundings. He planned to build a brewery and tie the operation to the football club. The Everton board, fiercely independent and protective of their club, considered Holding's proposals to be unreasonable and unacceptable. They sought alternatives and eventually found a new plot of land across Stanley Park in Goodison. Record-breaking attendance. On September 18, 1948, Goodison Park was packed to the rafters as 78,299 fans crammed in to watch Everton take on their Merseyside rivals, Liverpool. This remains to this day the highest attendance ever recorded at the ground. The post-war atmosphere undoubtedly contributed to the enormous turnout. Football was a vital source of entertainment and escapism for a nation still recovering from the trauma of World War II. The Derby match provided a much-needed release, a chance to forget daily struggles, and a reason to come together in a shared passion. The match itself, while perhaps not a classic in terms of footballing brilliance, was a tense and hard-fought affair. The final score was a 1-1 draw, with Peter Farrell scoring for Liverpool and Alex Stevenson netting for Everton. However, the result was almost secondary to the sheer spectacle of the occasion. WW2 devastation. In 1940, while the exact date is disputed, varying accounts suggest dates in 1940 and 1941. The impact is undeniable. A German bomb plummeted from the sky, piercing the heart of the stadium. Reports suggest the bomb landed near the Bullens Road stand, causing significant damage and, tragically, loss of life. A devastation was profound. Sections of the ground were reduced to rubble, the grandstands ripped open, and the pitch scarred. Beyond the physical damage, the bomb claimed lives. While precise figures are difficult to confirm, decades later, it's understood that civilians using the stadium as a shelter were among the victims. The joyous atmosphere that usually permeated Goodison Park was replaced with the chilling silence of loss and destruction. The invention of the dugout. Yes, you read that right. Goodison Park is credited with being the birthplace of the modern dugout, introduced in the 1930s. Before the dugout, managers and substitutes were left exposed to the elements. Rain, wind, and even the occasional hurled insult were all part of the sideline experience. Imagine the discomfort during a particularly brutal Merseyside derby. It was this very discomfort and a desire for a more professional and protected environment. The famous Archibald Leach, a Scottish architect and structural engineer, was a pivotal figure in shaping the landscape of British football grounds in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. His innovative designs, utilizing steel and concrete, revolutionized stadium construction, allowing for larger, safer, and more enduring structures. And Goodison Park is a prime example of his genius. Appointed to design Goodison Park in 1892, Leach was tasked with creating a fitting home for Everton as they moved from their original Anfield ground. World Cup 1966 venue, group stage matches. Brazil versus Bulgaria. Attendance 48,000. Hungary versus Brazil. Attendance 52,000. Portugal versus Brazil. Attendance 62,000. Quarter final. Portugal versus North Korea. Attendance 51,780. Semi-final. West Germany versus Soviet Union. Attendance 39,840. Gwalady Street legacy. Gwalady Street, named after the street running behind it, stood for over a century as the vocal heart of Goodison. More than just concrete and steel, it was a community. Here, families passed down their love for Everton like an heirloom, generations standing shoulder to shoulder, their voices blending in a unified roar. The Gwalady Street end was renowned for its unwavering support, its intimidating atmosphere, and its ability to lift the team, even in the darkest of times. The spirit of Gwladys Street was forged in the heat of countless battles. It resonated with the triumphs and the heartbreaks, the legendary goals and the crushing defeats. It witnessed the glory days of Dixie Dean, the flair of Alan Ball, and the dedication of Peter Reid. It echoed with the chants that have become synonymous with Everton: "Forever Everton," "Grand Old Team," and the spine-tingling rendition of Z-Cars. Home to the Z-Cars theme. The story begins in 1962 with Z-Cars, a gritty BBC police drama focusing on the officers of a fictional division in Lancashire. Its theme music, an adaptation of the traditional folk song Johnny Todd, instantly resonated with viewers. Composed by Fritz Spiegel, the arrangement captured a sense of working-class hardship, determination, and unwavering community spirit. Themes not too dissimilar from the values held dear by the people of Liverpool. Enter Harry Cook, a local musician and Everton supporter. He suggested to Everton's manager, Harry Catterick, that the Z-Cars theme would be a fitting and impactful introduction to home games at Goodison Park. Catterick, always looking for an edge, agreed. The rest, as they say, is history. In 1962, the Z-Cars theme was played for the first time before an Everton match. End of an era. As Everton prepares to move to their new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock, Goodison Park's long and illustrious history will soon come to an end, marking the closure of a significant chapter in football history. The last men's professional league match was held on 18th May 2025 against Southampton. Everton won 2-0, with both goals being scored by Iliman Ndiaye. Goodison Park stands as a testament to the enduring power of football and its ability to connect generations. As the Toffees prepare to embark on a new chapter at Bramley Moor Dock, the legacy of the grand old lady will undoubtedly live on in the hearts of Evertonians forever. Beyond a bricks and mortar, it's the memories, the triumphs, and the undying passion that define the true spirit of Goodison Park. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This will help me make more content. Thank you.